Hello once again and welcome to Griffin Sports Insider. Along with Brett Easley, I'm Ryan Minley. Santa Claus is coming, but it's the Griffins who are delivering, Brett.
You going to finish that little carol right there, Ryan?
No, I
Not
can't
so
sing.
much, huh? Well, after a rough stretch, Western basketball's back on track. Both teams lost an MIAA doubleheader in Joplin on Wednesday, but rebounded in a big way against Hayes on Saturday in the Fieldhouse.
The Hayes men came to St. Joe undefeated and ranked 6th in the nation. Not anymore. Here's a recap. Wednesday, the Griffins in Joplin to meet a solid Missouri Southern squad. The Lions, they're all around good. Off the turnover, Jason Adams jams at home. He had 21 points. Western down 10 in the first half. Jonathan Phelps would help shoot the Griffs back in the game, though. He had 21 points of his own. Griffs go to halftime down just 4. They'd hang around all game. P. Allen Stinnett, the steal and the dunk, but it's not enough as Southern downs Western 85-71.
It's not a cakewalk at all, but we're going to have to be the ones that make up our minds like we're just as good as anybody in this conference. And the teams that we play, we are, in my opinion, a lot more talented. We just got to bring it all together.
Saturday, a huge showdown at the Fieldhouse. Western taking on undefeated Fort Hays State. The Tigers ranked 6th in the country, but they don't have P. Allen Stinnett. And, well, that says it all. Griffins up 44-41 at halftime. Second half, things get absolutely crazy. Good ball movement. Brandon Beck, great look to T.J. Johnson, who jams it home. Western by 3. Couple trips later, Jeffrey West drains the 3. He had 13 points. Then it's some pick and roll action. Stinnett to Beck for the hoop and harm. This all part of a 22-2 Griffin run. Later, Western still running. Jonathan Phelps, the transition 3. Griffs up 18 with 8 minutes to play. But then they let their guard down and the Tigers come roaring back. Under 4 minutes to play. Dominique Jones hits the J. Hayes within 7. Griffs answer. Phelps the steal, the break, the behind-the-back pass to Johnson. Western by 9. Under 3 to play now. It's a 3-point game. Stinnett nails the big J. He had 26 points on the night. It's now 77-72 Western, but Hayes still swinging. Moses Day, the pump fake, then the 3. It's now a 2-point game. Under 30 to play now. Hayes with the ball again. Jones to Matt Simmons. Tigers come all the way back to tie it at 77. Final seconds, Griffs with the ball and the final shot. Phelps for the win, no good, but James Harvey gets the board and gets fouled with 0.5 seconds on the clock. Tiger coach Mark Johnson cannot believe it. Harvey's first free throw is money. James Harvey's only point of the night is the difference. He'd missed the second on purpose, and Western survives to pull the 78-77 upset. What a game, what a finish.
It feels good. It feels real good. I know we had 2 horrible games last couple games. We just wanted to come in tonight and make a statement that we could play with anybody in the league, and as long as we play together, we'll be fine.
And joining us right now is Griffin head coach Tom Smith. Now, you said last week that you're only as good as your last game. Well, you just beat the number 6 team in the nation, so how good is Missouri Western right now?
Well, I don't know, but the reason they got the number 6 is because I'm on the board voting, and I voted them as high as I could. No, I think we're good enough to play with most teams. I think we're good enough to play with the best teams. I mean, I think we've shown that early season, and so far we've seen a tough schedule. I think early, and when you look at Southern and Hayes both being in our first 4 games, I think both of those teams will be on top, and I think both those teams will fight for some type of conference championship.
We've used this term a lot, frying pan to fire. It was frying pan to fire. Fort Hays State comes to town, number 6 team in the country. They were undefeated. And, Coach, we've said a lot that our team likes to get up and down. We want to play in transition, and not that we're not going to continue to do that, but I thought we controlled the tempo a little bit better Saturday, and it ultimately proved to lead to a win, didn't it?
Well, I think we've, over the years, been really good at that. This year we've struggled with it, and when I say that, it's controlling the tempo of a game. I think it's our ability to change gears a little bit. We like to run, we like to get up and down, we like to get the ball in the open court. But I thought the other night against Hayes, it was very, very important for us to keep the ball in our hands a little bit and make sure that we did not give them chance after chance after chance. And we did that until about the last 5 minutes. In the last 5 minutes, I thought all of a sudden, we started thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to win this game, and suddenly they came right back at us.
Well, you get up 21 in that game, and as you said, they kind of claw their way back, and that's not really anything new for this team this year. They've given up some big leads, and they've fought back from some big deficits, but how many years does that take off your life?
A lot. The other night, I honestly, it was 8 or 9 o'clock Saturday night before I really settled down and enjoyed winning the game. And one of the things I keep telling myself is I've been in over 1,000 games, and in 1,000 games they go both ways. You get a call, you lose a call. You get a call that helps you win a game. You get a call that has lost some games. And this particular night we got one that helped us win the game. And but I would say this, and I thought Mark Johnson was very gracious when he said, I think the team that deserved to win the other night won.
Did James Harvey get fouled?
I tell you the same thing I tell my players. When that referee blows the whistle, it's a foul. It doesn't matter what you say or I think.
What's going through your mind at that point of the game when you hear that whistle blow with .5?
Well, that was a little bit of relief. Of course, you have to go to the line and hit at least one. We wanted that first one so that we could miss the second one on purpose. But that's a tough thing. When you're sitting there watching a lead go away, I don't think there's any other feeling quite like that I've had over the years, and there just isn't anything. You're telling your kids to get good shots. You're telling your kids to make sure their possessions are solid. Make sure we get the shot that we want.
You're sitting 4-5 on the season. Washburn comes to the Fieldhouse Sunday, so you get a little time to prepare. Tell me about the Ichabods.
Well, I think Washburn is one of the better teams in the league. I think that now they got shocked a little bit when Hayes went in and beat them by 12 at Washburn, and then they turned around and lost to Truman on the road. Now, Truman is always dangerous. I mean, you can't turn around and say, well, Truman beat them. They're not very good. Truman is going to win some games. There's no question about it. But I think that what happened with Washburn is they let the Hayes game affect them. I think they have talent-wise maybe the 4th or 5th best team in the league.
Well, second semester starts on Sunday, the first game of second semester. Lots been made about the addition on the women's program side of Alicia Bell. You have a chance to add a new player as well. Tell us about Levante Douglas.
Well, Levante Douglas is a about 6'6", 6'7" inside player that's going to give us some real presence inside, and I think there's no question that he will help us. Now, once again, he'll have to take some time to get ready.
All right, Coach Smith, final four-timer. Are you ready for this? I'm going to ask you a question, just first thing that pops into your head.
Do I say Brett or Seren?
No trademarks on this. No copyrights. Favorite holiday? What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Can you tell me what the company WikiLeaks does?
They leak information about the U.S. security.
Very good, very good. Will the Chiefs make the playoffs, yes or no?
Yes.
Finally, biggest surprise in the MWSU conference season so far on the men's side?
Baptist doing so well, I think, after a shaky start.
Well done. You made it through the Final Four.
Very good. WikiLeaks, though, all over the world, not just U.S. security. So you're 3/4 of the
better
right.
answer than I would have been.
It's a good answer.
But they're picking on us.
Yeah, that's
Coach
true.
Smith, thank you.
That's true. That's Tom Smith, GSI. I'll be right back.
The best thing about this facility is the worst thing. Everyone wants to use it.
Oh, not again. I don't understand why they didn't put a basket in here. Where are the baskets in here?
And welcome back to GSI. Western women's basketball continues to look solid. Griffins are 4-3 and took the same track as the men last week.
Yeah, a loss at Missouri Southern and then a big win at home against Fort Hays. Wednesday, Western women on the road at Missouri Southern. Southern's deep ball and early killer. The Lady Lions went 8 of 11 from three-point land in the first half. That's a 73% clip. Erin Rice was unconscious. She had 15 of her 24 points in the first half. Southern up 39-22 at halftime. Second half, Western would battle back. Lauren Nolke splashes 3 of her team-high 15 points. Later, it's Jessica Koch. This would get the Griffins to within 8, but that's as close as they'd get. Southern just too much. They down Western 67-59. Saturday, they start them young at Western. Griffin women trying to get back on the winning track against Fort Hays State. Griffins down 35-32 at halftime. Second half, though, different story. Lauren Nolke tries to beat the shot clock, just throws it up, and good. Griffins then have everything go right from there. Later, we're tied at 46. Rachel Lutine crashes the offensive boards, kicks out to Jessica Koch for 3. She had 12 points, 11 rebounds. Griffins up by 3. Later, same thing. Nolke misses the 3. Lutine on the boards again. kicks it back out. Nolke, the second time is a charm. She knocked down 5 triples and finished with 19 points. Later, Lutine down low. This time she'll shoot it herself. Good call. She had a season-high 21 points and 10 rebounds. That's something to cheer about and smile about. Griffin's run to a 76-58 win. They run their record to 4-3. And joining us right now is head women's basketball coach Lynn Plett. Really a solid effort against Fort Hays.
Yeah, it was. In the first half, it was kind of back and forth, and I thought we kind of let them get a few open threes that I kind of regretted late in the first half, which led to their lead at halftime. But then I think we steadily just got better and more confident throughout the second half, and just kind of steadily just kind of worked away from them. So it was a good, solid game for us.
And again, it's players fitting into their roles, knowing what they do well. Lauren Nolke hits 5 threes. Rachel Lutine, 21 points, 10 rebounds. Colleen Schneider, solid off the bench. Jessica Cook keeps on keeping on. Just talk about the performance from those players.
Yeah, I don't think any coach ever would complain about balanced scoring or balanced statistics, and that's really been more evident than not so far in this season, which is great. It's great when you get some balance like that, and the other players can contribute like that. And honestly, maybe the biggest contribution that Rachel made along with those 20 points, though, is probably those 10 rebounds. And for her, that's always been kind of a little bit of a, I think she would admit that she underachieves in that area, and for her to get double digits in rebounds is really good.
You're sitting at 4-3 overall right now, 2-2 in the conference. Would I ask you before the season, if you were 4-3 to this point, would you be satisfied with that? How do you feel about it?
If you asked me before the season started, I would have probably said before the season started that I would be satisfied. Am I satisfied now? No. And I don't think the girls are either. I think they really look back at those 3 losses and feel like, if we'd have done this or if we'd have done this, we wouldn't have had those losses. And that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. So on one hand, yeah, it could be a lot worse, and we're pleased with where we are, but we're still hungry.
You got Washburn coming up this Saturday. Make that this Sunday, and we'll talk about that when GSI comes back.
I'm Missouri Western guard Jessica Cook, and this is Cook's Corner. Follow me. Vanessa Lynn, can I ask you a few questions? All right, what is your favorite color?
Orange.
Movie.
Because your hair. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Book.
None.
Tree. Oak. Missouri Western women's basketball teammate.
Not Jessica Cook.
Interview's over. Interview's over.
Basketball practice at Missouri Western is pretty rough.
You know, there's some punching and there's some gouging, and Coach allows spitting 3 days a week. So we're excited for those days, and hopefully today's not a spitting day, because I really don't feel like getting spit on. So this is Jessica Cook, and we're having Cook's Corner.
And welcome back to GSI. That was Jessica Cook. Cook's Corner, a new segment here. You got some characters on this basketball team, don't you?
Yeah, we do, and it's a good thing because it lightens things up a little bit. And Jessica is one of a few that kind of lighten things up now and then in practice, as well as on the road and things too. And I think that's always nice. It's actually a reflection too of them feeling a little bit more comfortable within the confines, so to speak, of the team. And a little jocularity is always good.
Jocularity.
I like that. We've heard some on this show, but I like that. I'm going to use that.
Well, speaking of jocularity, you got a player that very well will probably be eligible this weekend. Hasn't seen a basketball floor in a game action in 3 years, in Alicia Bell. She, of course, was a high school grad from Benton, led the Cardinals to an undefeated state championship in 2007, transferred from Northwest, tore her ACL in one knee, tore her ACL in the other knee. Again, she's gone through a lot of other things.
That's exhausting.
And now she's back. It is exhausting, but just talk about what she's going to bring, because I know everybody's high on her.
Yeah, I think even her teammates are as well, because they've seen in practice what she brings to the floor, and that is a lot of intensity, a lot of confidence, and if there's going to be a loose ball on the floor somewhere, Alicia's going to be involved in it or be close to it or have caused it. So that in itself is one of the biggest aspects that she brings to the team that I think everybody else feeds on.
Well, and if she is ready to play, her and her teammates are going to have a huge challenge Sunday afternoon. The Washburn Lady Blues come to town. Washburn, as we know, year in, year out, near the top of our league, near the top of Division II women's basketball. This year is no different. They're 8-0 overall, 4-0 in the league. They were ranked number 4 in the latest WBCA poll. And in a sense, they're kind of similar to Northwest football. The names may change out a little bit, but they just keep on keeping on. Tell us about the Lady Blues.
If we could take that name off of their jersey and not have anything on there, I think that would make a big difference sometimes for the mental aspect of teams who play them because of their strong tradition and their success in the past. And this year, I think they've got more of a group that have kind of come through the system. He doesn't have, Coach McHenry doesn't have as many transfers that have come in for 1 or 2 years on that roster as he has in the past. So, but they're seasoned kids. They're juniors, and they've been in the program for a number of years, so they know what's expected, and they play his style of basketball. I think with us, though, I think we really feel that we've proven over the course of games that we've had that we can compete with the top teams, and it's nice to have them at home, and we'll hopefully look forward to being able an opportunity to have a nice send-off, so to speak, for Christmas break by getting a win on Sunday.
Lynn, Final Four time. You ready for your Final Four questions? I just
Probably
pulled
not.
them out of the envelope right here. When I ask you a question, you just tell me the first thing that pops into your mind. What's your favorite part of the holiday season?
Favorite part of the holiday season? Family. Get together with family.
Good answer right there. Biggest surprise in the MIAA on the women's side to this point?
I think that Coach Plett got a technical foul already this year.
I would agree with that. That's a good. And
That is a big
boy,
surprise.
we could say a lot about that too, but we won't to save all of our graces here. Lynn, the hardest thing to teach a freshman basketball player as a coach?
That everything that they've learned so far, they need to forget.
Good answer.
Good answer. And finally, and you can answer this several different ways. I don't know if you have an iPod. If you don't have an iPod, what song would be playing on your iPod or on your CD player in your car right now?
I'm a Dave Koz jazz guy, so
Okay.
I
Oh,
like some jazz.
You look like a Kenny Loggins guy.
That too.
I
look
see
like
that.
one.
I can
Wow,
see.
okay.
That is Lynn Plett. Best of luck on Sunday in the field house. We'll get the Kenny Loggins and the jazz music pumping out.
We need to play that going to break.
We should. We should.
Maybe we will.
Actually, it's against copyright law, so we won't. That's Jazz High. We'll be right
Might be a
back.
good thing. More Griffins giving back. The Missouri Western women's golf team traded their clubs for bells this past week. The group hit St. Joseph Kmart stores to be guest bell ringers for the Salvation Army. Welcome back. Busy week for our student athletes, from bell ringing to babysitting.
Babysitting on a huge scale. This past week, the annual Night Out on the Griffs took place in the Griffon Indoor Sports Complex. What is Night Out on the Griffs? Well, here's the answer.
Professional football in America is a special game, a unique game.
You're going to run right here to the start line?
It is a rare game. The men who play it make it so.
He's not the best quarterback on earth.
What's your thoughts to that?
I'm getting hated on by little kids.
This is Night Out on the Griffs. It's a community service activity that our student athletes do every year through our Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Essentially, we allow any kids ages kindergarten through 4th grade to come to this year to the Griffon Indoor Sports Complex and play games with all of our student athletes from every single one of our 10 sports.
You're getting schooled by 2 girls out there.
I know they ganged on me and they teamed up on me, but I had fun doing it, so it was good.
Play football and play kickball and play soccer. Painting our faces and having fun. Duck goose and stuff.
Where are you taking me? Where are we about to go?
We're about to go to the movie theater in here to watch Toy Story.
We have over 150 kids here at Night Out on the Griffs today, which is actually 50 more than we've ever had in the past.
I like Tigers too.
You like the Tigers too?
No, KU! KU! KU!
You can see all these athletes out here, just college athletes, and they're just acting like little kids again, so it's pretty fun for us. Stop doing the stupid test.
Do you want to?
Stop want to do the stupid test?
Yes, say yes. Can you do? What color is the sky? This is TV. What color is the sky?
Blue.
What color is the glass?
Green.
What question did I ask you first?
What color is the sky?
No, you want to take your stupid test.
You're stupid.
Yes. You got me.
He's the craziest guy on earth, just so you know.
Brett, do you want to play the stupid game?
Most folks probably think I should play the stupid game. It's the only one I can play, probably.
Good event there.
Great event. We've been doing that for about 7 or 8 years now, and it's really neat for our student athletes to be able to interact with the youth and the community. That's really what it's all about, giving back.
That's right, and GSI will be right back.
The best thing about this facility is the worst thing. Everyone wants to use it.
Oh, not again. I don't understand why they didn't put a basket in here. Where are the baskets in here?
Welcome back to GSI. We wrap things up like always with our Pick'em segment.
World
Brett,
famous pick segment.
world
by the
famous.
way.
Brett, you wore the Swami coat last week. You went 7-4 in picks this week, but Eric Stoll crowned the winner. You went 7-4, which was okay. No, it's me.
Oh my goodness.
10-1.
How does it look with yellow? Yellow sequins, yellow tie, yellow shirt. It looks okay. Don't make a habit of that, though.
Looks okay. I put it over the right shoulder like that. So
Toro.
Yeah, overall, you're still beating me, but I'm kind of catching up, especially with performances like that. Let's get right to it. Saturday's basketball games in the MIAA, Pittsburgh State at Central Missouri.
Good matchups in the multi. Pitt women struggling. UCM women not setting it on fire either, but give me the Jennies on the women's side, and I think the Mules not setting it on fire either, but that's a central sweep in Warren.
I'll take a central sweep as well. Missouri Southern at SBU.
Well, Missouri Southern certainly on the men's and women's side playing very competitive as well. Same can be said for Southwest Baptist. I'm going to take the Southwest Baptist women. Give me the Southern men. I think SBU gets their first conference loss.
You know what? I'll take both as well. I'll agree with you. Emporia State at Truman State.
Intriguing matchups here. Anytime you go to Truman, doesn't matter how good or bad you are, doesn't matter how good or bad Truman is, it's always a competitive matchup. I'm going to take Truman women in an upset. They're going to upset the Lady Hornets. And give me the Truman men as well. That is a Truman sweep in Kirksville.
I'll take the Truman men, Emporia women. I think you're on something. Lincoln at UNO.
Some might agree with that. I'm not on something here. UNO sweep in Omaha.
I'll take UNO as well. Fort Hays at Northwest. It just gets tougher for the Bearcats. They're home.
Welcome home. They play their first conference home games, and welcome home. Fort Hays State comes to town. Northwest women playing good. They're going to beat the Hays women, and I don't think the Northwest men get their first win this weekend. I think the Hays men rebound and win.
I'll take the split as well. I agree with you. We only have one game difference on that. And the Division II Football National Championship game, Minnesota-Duluth. They knocked off Northwest last week against Delta State.
Well, I guess next year's Pick'ems, we can now pick against Northwest because they finally got beat, but a great season once again for the Bearcats. I'm taking Minnesota-Duluth. I've heard some things about Delta. I think Duluth wins that game.
I will take Duluth to win their second title in 3 years. NFL, Chiefs at the Rams. Will Matt Castle be back? Probably. Will it make a difference?
I think Matt Castle will be back. I'm going to take the Chiefs. I think there's a lot of signs that lead to maybe another letdown when you get beat by 31 and only gain 60-some-odd yards of offense. It doesn't just correct just like that, but I think the Chiefs get it done. I think they beat St. Louis.
I take the Rams. I don't know why, but we'll just go with that. Just be different.
I'm with that as well. I think go either way.
That's GSI for this week. Check out our website, gogriffins.com.
Sunday games this week, not Saturday.
That's
Sunday
right.
games.
Sunday, Griffins take on Washburn 1:30 and 3:30 at the Fieldhouse. So go to church. Come on out.
And wear your gold. Go Griffs.
Thank you. You got it. Bye-bye.